This is Ringwalk Media in association with Wellness Therapy and Steel Hub Management. Better get that right. Mr. Conah Walker, champion of
WBA International.
I've got there then because I cocked it up before and I'm not putting that on. Very nice to see you, mate.
And you, mate, and you.
So we're in Dublin, big fight week, big fight night because it's fight morning this morning, and very pleased to be here and just interviewed Danny Ball. You're out here helping Danny. He's got a great fight ahead of him.
Yeah, listen, Paddy Donovan's a good kid. It's going to be a tough ask, but I know what my man's done. We do everything together. You know, I've read this camp alongside him. I haven't got nothing coming up or nothing, but we've done everything together, and I've seen what he's done. He's ticked every box, and he's an horrible man to be in the ring with. I know that firsthand. So Paddy Donovan is, for one, he's going to get splattered. Two, he's either in for a long night or a short night. Do you know what I mean? But either way, he's getting splattered.
Well, I was just about to say Paddy's been very respectful this week, which he has, to be fair.
It's fight night now. It's fight day.
Yeah, what do you like? I knew this was going to go tits up in about 20 seconds, this interview. But no, on a serious note, Paddy's a great prospect. He's done well, but he hasn't really been tested yet. And I think, you know, Danny was saying going into the latter part of the fight, this is where Danny's going to have his assets.
Yeah, I mean, look, Danny's been there, done it. He's got a T-shirt. I think this is his fifth or sixth title fight now. Paddy's never done it. You know, he hasn't been there. He hasn't witnessed it. So when in the middle rounds, when he's thinking, oh, I've got 5 rounds to go, I've got 6 rounds to go, Danny's going to be going, okay, I'm warm now, I'm ready to go, getting in his rhythm, and then it's just going to be a horrible place for Paddy. Yeah, like you say, he's had a great amateur career, but so did Cyrus. When you haven't been there and done it, you know, you don't know if you can do it. Do you understand? Anybody can go 100 miles an hour 3 rounds. It's over 10 rounds when you slow it down and you start picking your punches. And this man can whack. He can really can whack.
He's been in some, cracking people, and I think debatably the Casey Benjamin fight was a debatable one, wasn't it?
Yeah, listen, a lot of people said he won that. They give it a draw. But I mean, the likes of, Mason Cartwright, he knocked him out. I mean, he's just fought for the British. You got, I can't remember their freaking names now, but, he's fought some real good kids and beat real good kids and made a mockery of them. So, all the flash and what Paddy can bring, it can all get nullified. That's the word, yeah.
One of us is awake this morning.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good fight, but it's a Danny Ball win.
Well, but I hope you'd say that, mate, to be fair. Yeah. I mean, it's a cracking card, to be fair. Over here in Dublin, boxing's starting to come back. We've been to a few small shows. They're starting to really trust the process again, and there's a lot more 50-50 fights this sort of last second half of the year. Do you think that's going to be the way forward with the bigger promoters now?
Yeah, I think and I think this is where, I know it sounds mad, I think this is where the YouTube boxing has helped professional boxing, because if you're not putting on good fights, people are not mega interested, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think they are more 50 fights, and I'm all for it. I think it's a great step forward for boxing, because I think people need to test themselves, need to go out there and have a proper fight over getting a big man in, and you don't learn nothing for one, and it's not value for money. But yeah, I mean, like you say, boxing's back in. I was here this time last year for Brett McGinty. Did you come over? Did you? Yeah. So that was obviously. I was looking at my memories the other day. I was here with all Brad, and
I filmed you and Brad. It was the Carnage night, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was. It was a good weekend. So Ricky was over and stuff. Oh, because obviously in Brett's corner. But yeah, no, it was a good weekend. So same again tonight.
Now listen, if Danny beats Paddy tonight, okay, when he beats, but I have to remain neutral, even if I have different opinions. He's going to pay back the favour. When you obviously beat Cyrus, you took him out of the top 12 rankings, didn't you? He's going to do the same. He'll take you back out, won't he?
Well, yeah. What I really want is obviously seeing both our names in the top 10, because he'll have the Continental and I'll have the International. So I'm looking forward to having the picture next to each other with our nice shiny black belts, and I want to see us both our names in the top 10 in the WBA. two young lads from the black country who, you know, I started boxing when I was 18. He's obviously come back from the white collar background, and we're beating top level kids, and we're in the top 10, and we're in just some little gym in Dudley.
Got it all sorted out, haven't you?
It's one of them, and it's great but that's what boxing is. Anyone can come from humble beginnings and make something of themselves, and that's what I love about boxing. I think it's a touch that most sports, well, not most sports, but a lot of sports don't have. It's some sports. It's not what you know, it's who you know. With boxing, you know, you can come from absolutely nowhere with hard work and dedication. You can put yourself in places that you'd never think that you could.
Now listen, we've touched on you and Cyrus. Obviously, you upset the apple cart as far as most other people were concerned. We kind of all knew you were going to win. That whole fight week, you were so different. You're so focused. You never deviated from I'm going to win. And you know, when we've interviewed you before in other fights, you've kind of been, you know, happy and done the interviews, but you've never been that adamant you were going to win a fight. Just tell us why you were so sure that you were going to beat Cyrus.
I mean, you got to be confident in every fight you're going to, but I just knew I had his number, and I just knew if I lost that fight, you know, I'd really have to sit back and go, you know what, I can't tell how many times I could do this. You know, it's not the best feeling in the world losing, and I love winning. So, I mean, it was only one way that fight was going, and it had to go, and I won that fight before winning the ring, because I knew I belong on that stage, and I put too much work into, you know, not to win that fight, and I just knew, like the same with Paddy. Cyrus didn't go to places I've been. He hasn't been there. He didn't know. You know what I mean? And I knew. And the thing was, he got stopped a few times in the amateurs. You can't train a chin, mate. And at the end of the day, if you've been stopped in the past and you get in there with me and you've never been 10 rounds, you know, I'm going to find a way to fucking get to you. Sorry about my language. I'm going to get to you. And I knew he hasn't been to the place I've been, and I think that was a deciding factor. And my knowledge of the rounds, and I think it was just. I think I just got more experience in the pro game, so it's one of them. And people go on about his amateur career. I mean, I had a good amateur career as well. Do you know what I mean? I've 33 fights. I lost 3 fights. You know, a couple of national titles. You know, they're easy enough to write my career off because I didn't be on the GB squad. But I've fought around the world. I fought top kids in the amateurs, and but I've done it in the pros as well, where he hasn't.
Now, talking to Cyrus, and you've got much going on at the moment. I believe Eddie was trying to make that rematch. What's the news on that?
Looks like the rematch is going ahead. So I'm hoping to have some news clamped in the next couple of weeks. But I spoke to Tom Dallas, the matchmaker. Had a little chat with Eddie, and he's sort of mentioned it. So yeah, it looks that way. So yeah,
I'm surprised that Cyrus wants that rematch.
Same, but I mean, it's not him that be want. It's not him that be wanting it. I don't think. But I mean, do
you not think that the boxer has a choice anymore? If they come to you and said, you know, if you were Cyrus and he was you, you know, would you be wanting that rematch? Because you said yourself, you've got Cyrus's number, and he knows you've got his number. So why would you go and do it again, apart from money, I guess?
I think it'll be. I can't answer that in all fairness, because if I was his coach, if I was his management team, I'd be saying you need to build off this. You know, you need to build off this, and you need to, you know, you can. Yeah, you can build off that. We could do it further down the line. You'll have a better chance of, you know, and putting yourself in a better position. But it's bizarre because, yeah, like I say, I hurt him with every punch I landed. It was. And where's he going to get the confidence coming into the rematch? So it's bizarre. He could have gone off, rebuilt, probably gone up in weight, because obviously I know he struggles to make the weight, and that's probably no secret.
You're really happy at that weight.
I'll make the weight. I mean, you seen what I was doing the night before? I was eating Ben and Jerry's, and tagged him because I knew he'd be struggling.
That's naughty, mate. To be fair.
Yeah, but this is all part of the game, isn't it? If you don't like it, lump it. Go and play football. You know what I mean?
He's been very complimentary about his opponents here. Listen, it's good to see you out and about. One of your other mates, Mr. Bradbury, the Sting. We see him last night at the Bowlers. First public appearance for a while. He's back on the straight and narrow. He's had a good little run out about 4 or 5 weeks ago. He's got another 6-rounder, I think, next Saturday up in the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. And then Brad's going to be ready for the big stage again, back on the Boxer, I hope.
Yeah, that's it. He's obviously had to get back out there and have a few tune-ups. But yeah, he's looked great in his last fight. I've seen a few clips of him in the gym. He's looking good. I mean, listen, I rate Brad highly, not just because he's one of my best mates, because obviously, like him, I see what he does. I mean, we train alongside each other for a year and a half, again, day in, day out together, you know what I mean? We know each other sort of inside out, and I know what he puts in. And after this fight, he's got a big step. He's got to step up and try and catch me up, because I've got 2 belts, Brad, and how many you got? So he needs to catch up. No, but that's what we say. Whatever I do, he does. So he's got a bit of catching up to do.
Well, nice little message there from Mr. Bradbury. Get your finger out, lad. Well, listen, gentlemen, it's been very kind of you to spend some time with us on fight morning. I know how important your routines are and stuff, so we really appreciate it. Not so much you. I think Nando's is calling you, mate, isn't it?
I think Nando's. Well, we've meant to be going Nando's for last 2 years. We always get Nando's, but it's about half an hour away. And obviously after the weigh-in, you just want to get somewhere and eat. So I think we went to Italian yesterday. I think we might go pop out and try and find a Wagamama's or a Nando's for his meal in a bit. So yeah.
Well, listen, best of luck tonight. Really looking forward to the fight. Keep our fingers crossed that both fighters come out healthy and may the best man win, mate.
Yeah, man, nice one. Thank you very much, Jonathan.